Good evening, everyone. It's Friday, the 18th of October, 2019. It's currently 6:30 p.m. That's why it's dark, because it's getting darker earlier. And today was a long day of work. Very, very long day of work. I finished about an hour ago. Then I had to organize and clean the truck and everything. So that took me 30 minutes. So this morning I made a video and I talked about something that I did not want to talk about. I didn't want to spill the bean about something, a change coming for me, and because I don't know who's following me and who's watching me. If anybody from my workplace follow me, like the last place, except you didn't care. My last employer, one of my co-worker was following me on YouTube, but he was telling me like, oh, you talk about this morning, you did this morning, but he never say anything about anything to my boss, to the main boss. So it wasn't much of a difference. But now I don't know if my current boss is following me. So I'm gonna watch my mouth, what I say and what I do. But I'm gonna talk about what this whole channel is all about. Think harder and time travel. So I got the first fund, but I need to change it. And the problem with changing this fund is that it's in US and it's a current, it's a foreign, for the bank it's a foreign check. It's a US check, but for them it's going to take like almost 30 days to change. So I'm going to go fix that tomorrow. We'll have to proceed some other way in the future to avoid this kind of asshole. So I want tomorrow to take the time and energy to work on the GODS device. And what consists of the GODS device is the cross of Ra, which is transformed into an antenna. And I had this made a long time ago, and I want to actually use that to use based on the radio machine, the RM unit. So instead of a magnet, it's gonna have like it will have a magnet, but it will also have the cross as an antenna receiver or an antenna emitter, whatever it does. Oh, for God's sake, again. This lack of focus is really, really, really annoying. My old camera, we used to do a better job than this in the dark, and I just set up the setting. Anyway, and short and resume. I want to do something this weekend. I don't want to stay in bed all day. Even though I'm exhausted, I'll rest early tonight and I'll work on this weekend. What are my expectations for the GODS device? I have no idea. It's an idea that came into my dream. That came to me in my dream. So we'll see. We'll see what we'll see. You know, I have no expectation. Radio in his device, I have no expectation. And on another note, my work-related note, my back hurts for the last 7 days, and it's not going away. And I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't know what I'm gonna do with this job. It was fun this summer. It was fun while it lasted, but winter's coming, and the other day was pouring rain. Thursday was pouring rain, and I had to work in the rain, and that was just a preview of what's to come. And I'm not a really, really big fan of that. So we'll see what we'll see. just to give you an example how tired I am, I'm just yawning right now like crazy. If the always big if I was fortunate enough to win the lottery, I think that I would open a shop and work on the time travel portal, because a machine can be stolen, or you can be killed for the machine, for someone to take your machine away. But a time portal, it's fixed in one place and you can go to other times. So, but the thing is I don't know how the portal works for the people to come back. This is the issue. So you can go in, but you can't come back. So I don't know about that. I'd love to see the result of that. For now, let's just work on finishing the gravity field generators. Let's work on that and make this work. And I saw multiple video that people on Paranormalist send me, which is very kind and I appreciate. And this is how tired I am. I have a problem coming with words. And it's good insight on how to make the gravity field generators. And I think that using a hard drive motor which run on 12 volts would also work if I would put magnet around it and get the liquid to spin. So we'll see in due times. I'll see what are the capabilities of a hard drive motor, what it can do, if it can support the weight of 4 magnets or how many magnets it takes, and how you glue them on it, how you make it. I know that's not an issue how to make them hold them. The issue is to make the things, because like I said before, it's not making things that's impossible for me. I'm very capable of making any idea I imagine. The question is, I don't have a shop to do it. And having the shop with all the tools you need to do all the machining and creation, it is something by itself. And a shop is very expensive to have. Unless you have a house and you have your own garage and all the space you need in the world, that's not an issue. But when you live in an apartment like me, having a place to work is an extra load on my back that I don't have financially to pay. I know a few places where I could rent a space for not that much money. It would be a lot of travel. Well, it's 5 kilometers from where I live. But having the job that I do right now would be an impairment to this. Because like I say, it's not that I don't want to work, it's the question that I'm exhausted when it comes to weekend. And I take one day to rest on the weekend, and I take the Sunday to do something, to occupy myself. And just to give you an example, this week, since last Friday, the Friday before, I had Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. And when I came back to work, I still had the back pain. And having the back pain drains a lot of my energy. And having to do these jobs drains a lot of my energy. So I'm trying to find a solution to this. A job that would require less, or negotiating with my boss to have time off. I mean, I would work 4 days a week and I would have 3 days off. I'm quite capable of doing 4 10-hour days. That's not an issue because I did much worse than this in the past. And I would have 3 days off. So that would be very good. The question is, the workload that we have, would the workload match with what I would require? That's something else. I don't know what they're gonna say about that. So sorry for the blurry image, but it's a 15 megapixel camera and it needs light to work. And of course, any CCD, if it doesn't have a reflection of light, cannot work very well. So that's why it's always blurry like this. Anyway, so to resume in short, I need to find a solution to my problems. And I need to find solution to my problems if I want to make this, if I want to bring this project to a conclusion. And one thing that did work for me in the past was a wishing machine, which is another version of a radiating machine. It's quite a complicated machine to make, but when I made that machine the first time around, it works. It gave me what I wanted above everything else. And see, it's focusing now. When I made the wishing machine, my fondest wish at that time was to win the lottery. And I didn't mean to win small at the lottery. I wanted to win useful amount of money. And the universe decided to give me $5,000. So the following week, I won $5,000. And I tried the machine afterward and it didn't work. It didn't yield any result. So I passed it on to someone else, and that person wanted a relationship. The person wanted a companion, and he used a machine to wish for that, and it actually worked for it. So I don't know how many hands the machine pass on, how many people use it, but the God's machine that I want to make is something similar, and probably ask a God for what I want and see what it would yield. We'll see. Nothing's impossible in this world. On this note, I'm going to wish you guys a good weekend, and I'll probably catch up during the weekend. Bye, everyone.